What's going on? What's going on? Everybody's the what's going on. Welcome back to another episode of God Concept Podcast. I just speak my mind, you know what I mean? I let the God inside me speak his concept to all y'all. You know what I mean? How you doing? I hope you all feeling well and having a blessed day. And staying sucker free. Staying away from the people who don't allow you to have peace in your life. And that's a sad thing because sometimes it's the very people we love, the people we can't avoid, that don't allow us to have peace in our life. You know what I mean? So, you know, let them down with a soft hand. You know what I mean? Try not to be too hard on them because they still loved ones at the end of the day. Just don't let them interrupt that peace as much as you can. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to avoid them you know what I mean, at all costs to really, protect your peace at all costs. But as long as staying right with yourself, staying grounded within yourself, everything is all right. You know, today's concept is today's concept and the title of the episode is feeling alone yet standing with everybody. Standing with everybody. You at some sometimes, most times, when you standing for something, you just feel so fucking alone. Like I'm standing for things that I know others stand for, in their own personal life, that they advocate for, that they protest for, and things like that. But I just feel so alone in my own stand, in my own standing for something. You know what I mean? Me understanding and coming into the knowledge that I came into, however I came into it, and me already knowing this knowledge, and then me being slapped in the face with this fucking knowledge. And now me having to take what I've learned and apply it to my life in a way where I can progress and be safe. You know what I mean? Progress, safety, and yeah, time management, progress, safety, and time management is basically on my mind right now. As long as I could be progressive, as long as I could be safe, as long as my children could be safe, as long as I'm managing my time well. I'm not allowing whatever 9 to 5 job I'm tied into, well, whatever the fuck that may be, because shit, nowadays these jobs are so up and down, so topsy turvy, and it's that way by design. You already know that it's all crafted, but it's so topsy turvy for a reason. You know what I mean? And that goes right along with what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, you just feel so alone. You standing for something. You feel like you standing for everybody. You standing with everybody, right? You standing for something, right? And something you standing for, you can never be standing for that alone, because any problems that you have on your table, somebody else got the same problems on their table too. They may have got to that, got to those problems a different way than you got to them, but we all have a commonality. Problems are common in life. All of us have those problems. And if I'm standing for something and I'm fighting for a solution for a problem that we have in common, we should be able to stand together. So why should I feel alone if we're standing together? If we're standing for the same things, if we're fighting the same fight, if I'm standing right beside you in whatever arena of life that we're in together, why do we have to be adversarial? Why do we have to be adversaries when we're in the same situation in life? I may have thought a little bit more ahead than you may have thought, but we're technically in the same situation. It would be more conducive if we stick together. Boom. You know what I mean? You pick up some of what I learned that you don't know, and I pick up some of what you learned that I don't know, and then we continue on. You continue on your journey and I continue on mine. But nowadays it's not like that, because when you stand for something, you got to realize that the very people the very people in the same situations as you, They don't want to fight. They don't, for some whatever weird reason, they don't want to fight against whatever power or whatever system is in place that fucks their life up, that fucks them over. They don't want to fight against that. They don't want to see the enemy. They don't want to pull the hood off the enemy's face. You know what I mean? Not saying that it's a white person, not saying that it's a black person, not saying that it's a person at all. But whatever plight that we face as people here, as one, and right, as a human race, we all, going through the same thing. We're all human. We all eat, sleep, shit, and live our life. But whatever force there is that stop you from becoming the you that ultimately you're supposed to become, we're all fighting against that same force together. But see, I understand what it is now. A lot of y'all work with that force. And a lot of times y'all don't even realize you work with that force. That force worked through a lot of you. That's why there's so much hatred and divisiveness amongst men and women. That's why there's so much hatred and divisiveness. Because the system works through you. So when I'm making my stand for something, when I'm championing something, when I'm whistleblowing some shit that's going on in my hometown, in my city, in my immediate atmosphere that I know that's going on with my community, my family, my friends, whomever, right? You got to understand that y'all have the same fight. You just don't even realize it. So why should I feel alone when I'm standing for and with everyone? I'm not, we don't fight fights for no reason. We don't fight fights just for ourselves. We fight fights to have a stand. It don't have to be a physical fight all the time. Sometimes it's a spiritual fight. Most times it's a spiritual fight that we don't even realize is going on. It's a spiritual fight that you don't even realize that that this battle is being waged, you know? And we look at the physical like, nah, it's really way more than that. It's a way life has a way deeper concept than that. You know, it's like I have times where I'm in a room full of people, and most times I feel this way. I'm in a room full of people. I could be at work. I could be, in a lunch hall somewhere at a library. I could be in a room full of people, amongst peers. I would say amongst people that's supposed to be, with me, in a cafeteria, wherever, right? And I just feel alone because there's a level of disconnect there. There's a level of, you know, there's a level of, you know, they not like us, or maybe they feel like I feel like I'm not like them. They feel like I may feel like I'm not like them, or they might feel like I'm better than them. They might think that I feel like I'm better than them somehow. We're not, we're all in the same situation. Listen, if ever I'm around somebody, I don't ever think that I'm better than anybody or worse than anybody because we're all human. We all go through ups, downs, trials, and tribulations. It's all about the lessons that we learn. You learn from the good, you learn from the bad, right? So when you're in a bad situation, it's good that you do things to get yourself in a better situation. And remember how you got yourself there. Remember how you got yourself out of there, and remember how you got yourself there. This way you don't continue to make the same mistakes in your life. Most of these mistakes that we make are put in place. Are put in place. All you got to do is look at the path that a certain thing took a certain person, and you could easily avoid the same mistake. Look at the path that it takes you. It might not take you directly to the same mistake because you're looking at it like, I ain't gonna make that mistake. So you try to avoid that mistake, but you wind up going around that mistake and still winding up right back at that mistake, right back at that mistake. You know, if you wanted to learn the lesson, you could have just made the fucking mistake instead of trying to go around making a mistake. If you knew you was doing something and that something was going to lead you to making this mistake, why go around making that mistake? Why keep circling the mistake? Just make the mistake. That way you can learn, grow, and move the fuck on. Get done. Be done with the mistake. You know, when we're on the way to making that mistake, sometimes you have people with you, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have comrades, sometimes you have enemies. Sometimes you have neither. Sometimes you just got people around you that's like in that you don't know what role they fit, what side they're on. You know, are they on the real side or they on the the, the fake side? The fake side is the demonic shit. The fake side is the side that hold people back from reaching their dreams, from reaching their goals and their achievements. You know, the real side is more illuminated. The real side is the ones who see this shit, they wrap their mind around it. They conceive it, they conceptualize it. They can say, okay, I see this. This is this. Now I gotta learn. Now I gotta learn to not fall into that pitfall. You know, now I gotta just create and tiptoe and keep creating. Keep my fucking head down and work and get this shit done. Because I'm noticing that everything is just a distraction, man. Everything is distraction. It's all a distraction. If you're not putting into the thing that you want to manifest in life, you're not doing nothing. Maybe that's why every time I try to do something else to make a little ends meet here and there, it never comes to fruition. Or it'll work out a little bit, then it'll slowly fall off. Because I'm not meant to be doing that to make money. And I ain't talking about nothing illegal neither. You know what I mean? I'm talking about actually trying to, go get a job or run my LLC or create content, this and that. Everything is a constant struggle because I'm still feeling myself around with my eyes open, blindly, but I can see, trying to feel my way to where I'm supposed to be, trying to feel my way to a better life for my children, for me, build that legacy back up that they stole, that they steal from all of us. I'm not in this alone. Y'all is too. Y'all just don't get it. You live in a fucking commonwealth. I figured out what a commonwealth is. A commonwealth is another state. It's a state, but there's an underlying meaning to commonwealth. Flip the word. Everything is in reverse, right? Flip the word, right? Commonwealth. Wealth of the common is your wealth. You're the commoner. It's commonwealth. What they do is they accumulate the wealth from the commoner, and you don't even realize it. You don't even get it. You're too to realize that they're creating wealth off the commoner. This means that when your grandparents leave something behind and you don't get it, the state get it. That's now commonwealth. Dig me? If your grandparents did something that's worthwhile or notable in the world and they make a story about it and they sell that story and make millions and millions and millions, that's commonwealth. You don't get that unless you're down with the wealthy. You know what I mean? They steal from all of us, dude. You know, they steal from us. That's what commonwealth means. Wealth of the common. So the common folks are basically making the city wealthy. And best believe they want to keep you common. They want to keep you common. And if you find out these things, then they'll try to have you locked up in prison, shit like this, get you all entangled with child support and all this other shit to get you trapped in this fucking city, in this fucking system. This is why I believe I'm not going to put it on the man's. This is why I believe that Beanie Siegel came up with the group State Property, because you're literally, whether you feel like you're free or not, property of the state, commonwealth. You can run to the bank with that shit if I mean, I mean, you don't gotta believe me. Who the fuck am I, right? I'm just here to make you think. Like my man Dane Calloway say, man, I love that boy, man. So much information that I got from so many different YouTubers and different vloggers and things like that, like Dane Calloway, like Sinetta, like Sarah Susan Seti, like Dr. Umar and the rest of the, Pan African community and everything, man. It's like you search this information and not all of it's for everybody, but all of it's not specifically for you, because everybody has our own history. All of us has our own, you know what I mean? Sometimes our history isn't even what they're trying to tell you what our history is. Sometimes your history is hidden in books that you can't even get to read, in a library that you don't have access to, and know where they pulled you from. They know where they pulled your people from and placed them here and placed them there and shit like that. A lot of our families lied to us, the older folks. They lied to us, deceive us, and try to guide our lives. This is how they do it. Because they think that they're, the better ones amongst men. I'm going to say that. The better ones amongst men. And anybody who out there who know who the better ones is, know what I'm saying. You got a lot of older folks who think that they know everything about everything. But you can't possibly know everything. You have to have some type of refining process. If you ever believe that you know everything about anything, then you really know nothing at all. A wise man once said that. You know, if you're not willing to have your beliefs challenged, if you're not willing to speak on your beliefs and how you feel about a situation, anything, then you really don't know nothing. If I can't challenge your belief something, how can you say that your belief is valid or true? If it has validity, if it has, any factuality to it, it'll be able to stand up in a court of public opinion, right? See, that's where I like the whole court at, in the court of public opinion, in the eye of this, society, the people. Because we the people, right? We the ones that ultimately decide what's right, what's wrong. But if we the people never stand for the shit they supposed to stand for, but you doing that, you standing for that, i.e., you feel alone. That's where I'm at with it. Cause I'm standing for so much shit in this city, man. I've been standing on business. Not saying that I've been beating motherfuckers up and shooting people and doing all this crazy shit. No. I've been standing on business without being violent. I'm a non-violent, standing on business type of person. I've been doing my due diligence. I've been doing paperwork. I've been doing this and doing that. But I have nobody standing with me, or nobody seeming like they're standing with me. Family, friends, this, that. It's just me. I'm a lone fucking star. I'm a lone soldier in this fucking fight. And I know it's that way by design. But damn, where's the love? Like, where's the love? Like, where did the love go? It's a crying shame, man. Like, family's not even family no more. You know, family done dissolve. Friendships has dissolved. At a certain point in time in life, you'll realize what's the role of certain characters that's in your life. You'll realize that all this shit is an act, man. And y'all got to get with the fucking program. Y'all got to get with the fucking program. A lot of y'all are with the program when you think you with the program. And a lot of you, that's the fucking problem. Because you sit up there and you get these jobs and shit, and then you act you know, like you gonna retire from that job and become a fucking shareholder in the company or something. Like it's not that serious. Like understand that when you take that role, you start becoming you know a, um a branch off of an oppressor. Like an somebody that's in opposition. To what it is that you're trying to do. And basically, what that is like if you're trying to be a creator or you're creating because you want to let your story be heard or you just want to follow your dream or create your passions and somebody's inhibiting you from doing that, somebody's stopping you from doing that by either discouraging you, by either um just being a hater in general, just fucking hating, raining on your parade in any way. They're opposition, they're opposed to your dream. You don't have to, yeah, you could confront them. You don't have to confront them, or you could just stay away from that. But that's hard to do because the opposition a lot of times and most times is directly in your life, in your circle, directly in your face, especially when you're going through something in life. When you're dealing with a prison system, right? The opposition is the people there holding you in that cage. And it's not like they're there in a bad way. Yeah, they're there to help you out, get rehabilitated, and get back into society and make sure that you're safe and everybody's safe and everything's ran accordingly. But at the same time, it's spiritual and mental opposition that's being placed there because a lot of times they're telling you, oh, you're crazy, or, oh, you're this, or you're that. And basically, you start to digest these things. Everything is digested. Everything you hear, see, feel, taste is digested. So if you're being told that you're crazy or you're insane or you're this or you're an animal, then that's what you start to become because you're digesting that. So their opposition to you actually becoming what it is that you're supposed to be in life. A lot of this shit is just, you know, not even a lot of it, just plain old blank. Like when you pull a veil off of all of this shit, it's just slavery wrapped up in another, it's just slavery wrapped up in a new rapper, you know what I mean? But it's the same old thing. But we don't see it that way because we get to have our smartphones and we get our little watches and our earbuds and we get to talk our shit to one another and make each other feel bad about one another's life and what they've been through and everything. So that way we feel like we're, you know, holding our head a little bit more above water than them, but really we're not. We're in the same shit. It don't matter whether you have $100, they have $1,000, they have $5,000, or somebody else has $6,000 in the same situation. Because anytime that money could just like that. It's about building generational wealth, man. It's about creating. If you're not creating content, if you're not teaching your children to figure out a way to get outside. See, a lot of people don't even really understand what outside mean. I grasp the meaning of what outside really means. I'm not really outside right now. I'm inside a craft. When you're outside, that means you're outside the confines of anybody being able to shackle you, to enslave you mentally, spiritually, physically. You know what I mean? When you're outside of that, that's outside. You know what I mean? When you're outside of this matrix, that's outside. You could be walking around outside all day and not really be outside. You really caged in. You could stand on the corner all day, and a layman would swear up and down they outside because they could feel the air and they could see the sun. Or, they could feel a little breeze and they could hear the cars beeping. And you know what I mean? They can see stuff going on. You're not really outside. You're just being a fucking idiot, wasting your time. Me personally, I'm tired of being an idiot wasting my fucking time. Me personally, I never been an idiot wasting my time. I never been trying to be a drug dealer, a corner boy, this or that. I've never been doing that. Never been me. I've always been more of an intellectual, more of an introverted, intellectual type of guy who like to tinker with shit. I like to fix cell phones, computers, whatever I get my hands on, I would take it apart, put it back together. My mom would call me Inspector Gadget because that's what I would like to do. I would love tinkering with things. So I always been an introverted, intellectual, electrician type person. You know what I mean? I like to smoke my bud because I was introduced to it. You know, Like, it is what it is, man. I just feel alone a lot of times because a lot of times I am alone. The things on my mind, the things on my heart, the things I'm dealing with in life, you don't have to deal with. People around me don't have to deal with. No, you look, this and that, waiting to see what happens. Oh, what's going to happen with this nigga? You know what I mean? Oh, this nigga in trouble. Fuck out of here, man. For real, man. I'm gonna just continue to live my fucking life, man. What can you do? You know, I've been put through some shit. Like, I mean, the craziest situations that you ever want to be put through in your fucking life. I've been through them. This is just another one of those situations. Especially when you realize that those situations was put in place. And I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Seems like every time, you know, I'm just tired of being put in crazy positions. I'm tired of being in atmospheres where I can't be truly creative and truly be who I want to be. You know what I mean? I'm tired of when I'm feeling joy, motherfuckers trying to take that from me. Why? Like, why you trying to steal my joy? Why you trying to rain on my parade? Why is it always so much judgment? You know what I mean? Like stop criticizing me, bro. I criticize myself every fucking day, all day long. You don't have to do that for me. I'm my own worst critic in life. You have to be your own worst critic. But a lot of people don't understand that. So what they'll do is instead of criticizing themselves, they'll sit around criticizing the shit that you got going on. They don't got shit going on for themselves, right? But they got time to point and look at you, watch your fucking Instagram feed and everything like that. If you're not supporting me, man, stop watching my shit. If you're not, if you're not there to read one of my books, to listen to one of my songs, or watch one of my podcasts or something like that, if you're not there to engage me on a positive level, because if you there on a negative level, I'm gonna just ignore you anyway. I don't give a fuck. I'm kind of learning. I'm getting used to the whole, you know, this, So it's like if you want some negative shit or you're person on some bullshit, I'm gonna just ignore you anyway. But you know, if you want to support me, that's when you get on there and everything. Like I just hate the people who just sit around and watch just to see what's going to happen. I'm not going to lose my mind. I'm not going crazy. I'm not none of that shit. You understand? All this did everything that I realized and all the enlightenment that I had, all that did for me in my life is just further ground me, and further realize that, you know, you just have to be you. You got to be true to thine self, like our forefathers would say. Be true to thine self, and to thine self be true. If you're not doing that, how can you be true to anybody else if you're not being true to yourself? Right? So put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it, because a lot of you motherfuckers out here are fake as shit. And you swear you the realest niggas in the world, or the realest person or people, whoever in the fucking world, but you're not. You're not. A lot of you motherfuckers at the top, fakest motherfuckers in the world that you ever want to see. A lot of the people around you walking around in your atmosphere and shit like that. The fakest motherfuckers in the world. This is why I feel so alone, because I be surrounded by fake ass motherfuckers all the time. Tired of fake motherfuckers, man. I'm just tired of it. They make my ass itch. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of faking my damn self, man. Because I understand when you in somebody's house, you gotta abide by their rules, unless you want to get put the fuck out, right? So that's why a lot of times I just bite my tongue and I keep it moving. I'm more of an observer. You know what I mean? I can speak my piece when it's time to speak my piece, but at the same time, I'm a observe, I'm a watch, I'm a listen, I'm gonna see how everything is ran, and I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna just do me in this confine. You know what I mean? It's all we can do, man. It's all we can do, man. Take your time. My grandmother, man, she always told me take my fucking time. She always said, just take your time. I've been taking my time. I've been being patient, been creating in the rush. I've been creating and you know what I mean? Like my life depends on it, which I feel a lot of times, because they put this, you know, they put all this shit out here that's going on. So a lot of times I just feel I don't really feel safe a lot. I just feel, I feel like I gotta be with me. You know what I mean? I just gotta be with me constantly. I can't be too outward. I don't feel safe outward. I just like being with me. You know what I mean? I gotta go out to do my thing, but shit, y'all know what I'm going through, and I still gotta go to work and do this and do that because even if somebody is helping me, they not coming to immediately help me in the physical. Like right now, like I needed help. I, a year ago, a long time ago, I should have been, help. Got some type of help. You know what I mean? Some type of, justice. Some type of, but I don't, and it's because the ones that I'm looking at for the justice, for the help, for that, they're the ones that's doing everything. So you really can't get any relief or justice from somebody who's handing out the injustice, right? And that's what it is. You know, that's why you feel so alone, but yet still you with everybody. Because a lot of people just don't understand that the concept of illegal, legal, organized. No, what is it? Legal organized crime. That's the term. Legal organized crime. A lot of people can't wrap their head around that. So they'll sit up there and look at me like, no, this shit is really crafted. I can't help it that I understand that and not see that. And they'll send somebody to, you know, watch me here and there. You know what I mean? I'm tired of being followed. I'm tired of being followed. My mother told me that that was going on with her when she was younger, and I didn't believe what she was saying. Sometimes I would act like, you know what I mean? I would be like, oh yeah. She'd be like, you didn't see that person? I'd be like, uh, yeah, I saw him. And, I didn't really see him. And then sometimes I would really see him. And I'm like, oh shit, I really, but it's like, yo, they'll have motherfuckers follow you and shit like that. Like, all types of shit, bro. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired. You get sick of that shit. If I'm worth anything, because I know I'm worth something to my children. I know I'm worth something to myself. I know I'm of value to the creator, right? But if y'all like, why do y'all steal from people family like that? Why do y'all steal the wealth from the commoners? Because that's what my grandmother was to y'all, a commoner that y'all benefited from all her fucking life. Her children as well, my uncles and my mom. Then y'all do turn around and do the same thing to the mom, to my mom, while I'm a little boy, fucking up lives and shit like that. Like, why do we accept this? Why can't we see this happening? A lot of y'all gotta realize that shit is going on with y'all. It's, you know, when you look at how your life play out and then how your parents' life played out and how your grandparents' life played out, sometimes you begin to see a pattern and you're like, where are these patterns coming from? Seems like it's an algorithm or something, right? It's up to us to change these patterns. And in the process of changing these bad generational patterns or behavioral patterns or genetic patterns that we're trying to change, right? You're going to go through some hardships. There's going to be some difficulties because anytime you smoothen any rough edges out, it's going to be a little bit bumpy. So that's what I'm going through now. And anybody, any artist, anybody who has anything that's of value, understand the refining process and what you got to go through to get truly free. And that's what I'm doing with. See, I'm not dealing with me just trying to reach out for a new job or a career or to get my old SEPTA job back. Give me that SEPTA job back. No, I'm not reaching out for that. I'm reaching out for true freedom. I want true freedom. I want what you stole from my grandmother. I want what you stole from my mother. I want what you stole from me back. Am I wrong for wanting that? Am I wrong for asking for that? Am I wrong for whistleblowing about that? Because I see what y'all did. Y'all got lawyers and shit like that to falsify who owns this and who get that. And when my grandmother original husband died, how how he had you know what the fuck is called when somebody has you know when they leave something or whatever. My grandmother was supposed to get that. How they had somebody naming exactly my grandmother name who stole everything from my grandmother that was married to his brother. And then come out with movies and all types of shit, depictions and all that shit about family. But yet and still you got pieces of family who's out there that never even get acknowledged because they don't want you to get acknowledged because you're not in the wealthy group. You're not in one of the organizations or whatever. Or maybe you is. I don't fucking know. Maybe some of these people agree to just, be on a lower level so they can watch their generations from where they're from get ahead. That's what I think they do. I think they do human sacrifices in real time in living color. Like, not like a blood sacrifice, but a sacrifice where they just got you at the bottom living less than, while your counterpart or whoever's gaining from you living less than is on top. You know what I mean? Like basically you sitting down here working or whatever, and whatever you're working for is really worth way more than what you think is worth. And it's going to that secret bank account that you got. And that secret bank account, you don't got the access to it, but this other counterpart has access to it. And they really taking the value from what you really got available to you. And you don't know it because you never had it available to you. You know what I mean? Like they say, every birth certificate, like when you're born, you're worth $1 million. It's like that. Like that's a secret. That's in that money, whatever your bank account, whatever your birth certificate is worth when you're born, right? And it accumulates as you live. The more that you do, your birth certificate becomes more and more higher in value, and they trade it, right? That value is in a secret bank account somewhere. You'll never ever see the money to that unless you actually have somebody who's connected in a way that they can connect you to that type of money. And more than likely, you won't get there unless you start to craft your way up there. I'm gonna put it like that. Since we live in the craft, the only way you're ever gonna get to the true wealth that you accumulate for this comic book is by creating, by crafting yourself. The more value you become, you'll see all the value and all the abundance that you was ever supposed to have come back to you. But you must remember this. My battery about to die. But you must remember this. If they ever see an opportunity, if they ever see an opportunity to take it back from you, to take it back from your children or anything like that, they're going to take it. Any opportunity that they have, if you do something fucked up or whatever, they're going to take the opportunity. And a lot of times, they already created their opportunity. So they'll let you get in position, right? But remember that time you was at that party? Remember that one time at band camp? You know what I mean? When Cindy Lou Who wanted to do some strange shit to you? Yeah, they got that on tape. And that's what they're going to use when you get too big or when they need that money or they decide to huff. Yeah, when you start to go against someone, you know what I mean? That's when they decide to huff. And yeah, they take everything from you. So that's what we dealing with. You know what I mean? No matter how big you get, you can still be cut right back down. So you got to be extra, extra fucking careful. Extra careful. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's my episode, man. I just wanted to do an episode real quick. I was about to head out, see my folks and everything. And I just wanted to drop in and do that. Man, please like, share, subscribe. I'm tired of asking y'all, man. Please like, share, subscribe. So I can get these views up, so I can get this monetization popping. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. This content, when it monetized, go out and support the books. Whether you like the song or not, download the motherfucking music. I don't give a fuck. Download the music so that way we get it popping right there. You know what I mean? If you download it, you might actually like the motherfuckers. A lot of y'all motherfuckers out there just scared to listen to somebody new creating something. You might actually listen and be like, oh, I actually like that song, or oh, I actually like that song. Because I'm not trying to say that everything I make is a banger. I'm not saying that at all, right? Because I don't got professional material, professional atmosphere. I don't got a team of people. It's just me, right? But at the same time, I'm able to produce something real good. You know what I mean? Once in a while, you'll hear something, you'll be like, you know what I mean, a hidden gem that you never heard and that she just shine through. You know what I mean? I got shit like that all over the place. And what I'm gonna do is the shit that's not refined and mastered the right way, I'm gonna go back and do that over too. You know what I mean? It's all about refining, making it all better, man. It's all a growing process, a learning process, and a creation process, man. So yeah, go out there and support. I appreciate y'all for watching God Concept Podcast. I'm your host, one and only, Mr. Pagan. Okay, don't forget the on. You know what I mean? Peace.